Sugar. This sparkling white, crystalline substance is an essential structural component of living cells and an important source of energy for many living organisms. However, is it possible that this sweet, seemingly harmless, simple carbohydrate may actually be dangerous or even deadly?
Hello, America. My name is Dr. New T. Rishin, and I will be your host today on our show Eat Smart, where we look at the modern issues and controversies surrounding our health and diet. Today, we're going to address the following question: are added sugars harmful to a person's health? Joining me today to help us get to the bottom of this not-so-sweet debate are our guest Nancy Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of the American Heart Association, and David McKay, the CEO of Kellogg's. So tell me, Mrs. Brown, what exactly are added sugars?
Well, sugars are naturally present in almost everything we consume, including milk, fruits, vegetables, and grain products. Added sugars are sugars and syrups that are added to foods and beverages during processing or preparation, such as syrup, corn syrup, dextrose, glucose, honey, and maltose. This does not include naturally occurring sugars, such as those that are in milk and fruits. Foods that contain the most added sugars in the American diet include regular soft drinks, candy, cakes, cookies, pies, fruit drinks, such as Gatorade and fruit punch, milk-based desserts and products, such as ice cream, sweetened yogurt, and sweetened milk, and grain products, such as sweet rolls and cinnamon toast.
And do you think these added sugars are dangerous?
Of course. The American Heart Association has found that added sugar is associated with risk factors such as obesity, high blood pressure, high levels of triglycerides, and high levels of C-reactive protein, which has been linked to oxidative stress and inflammation. Therefore, the American Heart Association has issued guidelines that say that women should consume no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar each day, and men no more than 9 teaspoons. However, the average American consumes 22 teaspoons each day. That's 2 to 3 pounds of sugar each week. And to put that number in perspective, let me inform you, at the end of the 19th century, Americans consumed only 5 pounds of sugar each year.
Well, of course eating too much sugar is bad for you, just like eating too much of anything is bad for you. If you eat too many apples, you might very well overdose on sugar that way and end up with diabetes or heart disease.
It would be very difficult to consume too much sugar by eating a lot of fruit. Unlike processed foods, fruit contains a lot of water and fiber that cause us to feel full and prevent us from overeating. Also, the amount of natural sugar in fruit is far less than the amount of sugar added to processed foods, such as soft drinks. Added sugars deliver empty calories, and they tend to replace nutrient-rich foods in our diets. Because most of us lead fairly sedentary lifestyles, the food we do eat needs to be packed with vitamins and minerals.
Processed foods have vitamins and minerals. One of Kellogg's Fiber Plus Chewy Bars provides 35% of your daily fiber, plus antioxidants, vitamin E, zinc, and calcium. And even the American Heart Association has admitted that dark chocolate is a source of antioxidants that can improve circulation to your heart.
Eating a small amount of processed foods will not hurt us. But because there is so much added sugar in most processed foods, eating a lot of packaged products will cause us to consume way too much sugar. Look at this bowl of Fruit Loops. How much sugar do you think is in this small bowl of cereal? Now, look at this bowl of Cheerios. Cheerios taste kind of plain to me, so I think I'll add some sugar. Well, that's a lot of sugar. But believe it or not, this bowl of Cheerios still contains less sugar than this bowl of Fruit Loops. In fact, Kellogg's Fruit Loops is 41% pure sugar. So you want to eat healthy. Maybe you decide to opt for a more healthy brand of cereal, such as Kellogg's Raisin Bran. After all, just look at the box. It says here that it's an excellent source of fiber and calcium and vitamin C. But if we look at the side panel, we see that 1 cup of this cereal contains nearly 20 grams of sugar. But what's worse is such sugary cereals aren't marketed towards adults. They're marketed to children, whose daily sugar intake should be even less. Yale University researchers have found that the least healthful cereals are the most heavily marketed to children. Some of the worst nutrition offenders are cereals like Corn Pops, Reese's Puffs, and Fruit Loops, cereals that are high in sugar and low in fiber.
Look, sugar is just one ingredient, and you cannot blame all of America's health problems on a single ingredient. The American Heart Association may have found that added sugars are harmful, but that was just one study. A recent study led by Dr. Richard Forshee at the Georgetown Center for Food and Nutrition Policy examined data from the USDA, and he concluded that added sugars play a very small role in the overall quality of a diet. An individual's diet quality is affected by all their food choices, not just simply 1 or 2 foods or a single ingredient within the food. These findings further reveal that age, gender, and other energy sources such as fat, protein, and carbohydrates, and also alcohol, all have stronger associations with diet than do sugars. And let me just point out that many of our cereals are low in fat.
Well, we are just about out of time. I'm afraid our viewers are just going to have to decide for themselves whether or not to consume added sugars. Thank you for joining us, and tune in next week for a new episode of Eat Smart. Cheerio!